Hi everyone, it's Hayley Campbell again, and I'm here again for the Start 1K programme. Today's video is all about follow-ups. So this follows on very nicely from our videos on sales and objection handling, and we also set you a couple of days last week to start working your business, start working those contacts, start making those initial conversations happen with potential customers. So now is the time when you would start to keep a track of that journey with those customers and start to follow up. Now, there isn't any set rules with following up. There's no do it this way, do it that way, wait this many days, wait this many hours. It's a case of just going with how you feel the relationship is going. So if it's going quite well and the customer seems interested in what you're offering, then you maybe stay in touch a little bit more often than if somebody's really playing hard to get, so to speak. Now, follow-ups are so important because they continue to help you build this relationship with the customer so that you are a person of interest, you are someone that they will start to like and start to trust and start to think about when they think about that product or service. So by you just every now and again checking in with that customer, it's going to cement that you're the person to go to for that product and service because you're so good at keeping in touch. One thing that I used to do when I used to follow up with my sales business was that before I did follow up with every client, I would quickly have a look at their social media, quickly have a look, see what their business is doing at the minute, just so I can start off a conversation around maybe a recent holiday that they've just had, or maybe they're just getting married, or maybe their child's had a birthday. So I like to keep the conversations relevant to what they were doing in their life. But then I would also read back on previous follow-ups to say, you know, what was our last conversation about, and what was going on in their life on the last conversation. Now, you might think that's a little bit odd to do that, but if you're speaking to as many customers as what I was, then you can't physically keep up and remember everything about everyone. So it's always good to just refresh your memory. Now, 50% of people will contact a customer and then give up on that customer. So don't be one of those 50% and give up after the first follow-up. Similarly, the second lot of contact, 90% of people give up. So they'll stop contacting after the second time the customer said no. Generally speaking, a customer will start to think about us a little bit more serious from 3 contacts onwards. And it's sometimes taken me over 7 to 9 contacts before a customer's even really started to get into the nitty-gritty of what's my prices and things like that. So you've got to be in it for the long haul. Now, there's no right or wrong way, as like I said, when to contact somebody, but generally rule of thumb is, you know, wait a couple of days in between every contact. So don't, you know, follow up every hour or every 24 hours. I would say after I've spoke with a customer, I might wait 24 to 48 hours before I send them a nice friendly message. And then I might wait another week after that to then send them another message. And then it might just get a little bit longer in the gaps in between follow-ups. But like I said, it really does depend on how you feel that relationship's going and generally how the conversation's flown around to what you have to offer. Remember, when you are doing this process, though, that people are busy. So it's not a case of like they're saying no to you and you should take it personally. Always put yourself in your customer's shoes in this instance. You know, sometimes you are someone's customer and they're trying to get you pinned down to buy in their product or service. And maybe you're really interested, but at the minute you've got so much on at work, you've got so much on at home, you're forgetting things, you've got X, Y, and Z going on in your life. And it's not always possible, even if you are really interested. So that's the same generally for everybody. Don't take sales and the lack of sales or any objections personally, because it really isn't personal. And it's just a way for you to, you know, no is the answer now, but it's not going to be no forever. And at some point, people will want your product or service. So try and kind of take that pressure off yourself, because I think when we add pressure on ourselves, it doesn't help us feel comfortable in this process. Now, I've got two very simple scripts that I've used in the past and that I continue to use in my current business now, that I would like you to either choose one or use a mix of both of them. And I would like you to go out there this week and follow up at least 5 people that you have had previous contacts with, just to try and find out if they're still interested in your product and there's still something they want. So time for screenshots or writing these options down. You can add a little bit more information to them if you want to make them a little bit more personable, or you can just leave them as they are on the screen. So we've got option 1. This is the ABC option. So it's hi, you'd add their name. I know you're super busy, so I'll make this short. Can you reply and let me know why you haven't responded to my email, message, letter? Is it A, B, or C? A, not the right time or not focused right now. B, you've decided to go with another provider, product or service. C, I'm busy and haven't had time to look. Reply back and just let me know A, B, or C. That just puts in that customer's mindset, well, which one am I? Am I A, B, or C? And that they'll fire back with potentially a letter, and at least you'll know where you stand. Now, none of those options are basically telling you to go away, I don't want to hear from you again, because even if they've gone with another provider, it still leaves a lot of doors open for you to go in and find out a little bit more information, or why they did that, or what was it about the other provider where you can learn from that, etc. So there's still a lot of things that you can learn from following the ABC method. The second one is even simpler. So this one is very, very short and sweet, but very effective. Hi, are you still looking for whatever the product or service is? Now, I use this one. I do like this short and sweet one. I do tend to have a little bit of an opening message, just maybe say, how are you, or hope things are okay at your end, something like that at the start. And then I'll say something like, are you still looking for the product or service that I offer? I have had some success rates from this one, so I really like this option. One customer that I did follow up with, she had completely thought that she had booked in my product or service. So by me sending this message prompted her to realise that she hadn't actually followed through with everything that she needed to do at her end. So it can just be a little bit of a reminding prompt for a customer who's maybe on the fence, and this is just going to kind of get them to make a decision. So good luck with your 5 contacts. Pop it in the Facebook group to see how you're getting on. Let me know which option you use, or whether you use a mix of both, and which one's most successful for you. So we look forward to seeing some results. Take care.